Hello, everyone. It is midweek Soul MCA here for you. I know it's not a day, it's not a Soul MCA day, but I did tell you in the last video I would drop something midweek this week, which I should have done Monday. So we are talking about a single note, just one note. Can you make music with one note? Is one note still appropriate in today's day and age? And so I'm going to issue you a challenge. There are a lot of challenges out there now that are asking people to use a lot of notes and to come up with different things. I'm still going to ask you to do a lot, but with just one note. Right? I'm going to challenge you to that. And so I'm sitting in a convenience store one day, minding my business. I find myself just like bopping a little bit. I'm like, why am I bopping? And I realized there's music playing in the background. And I wasn't paying attention to the words. And then I started to lock in like, yo, this thing is really popping. So I started to dissect the song, like, well, what's making me do this? And immediately I locked into the percussion section, the drums and the bass. And I started to really focus on the bass. And I'm like, this Joker's only using one note. He's only using one note. And I knew it was effective because I looked across the store and I started seeing this lady like all out dancing, like she's, church rocking, left, right, doing a two-step. I said, look how effective this is. And it's something I've known, but when you can see it in action, it takes on a different power. And so there's a long-term supporter of this channel, March Angel, who wanted me a while ago to do a video kind of like I'm going to do today. How many variants can you find with just one note or whatever the case is? I don't know if I'm going to do all of that, but I'm just going to show y'all real quick what that bass line was, and then we're going to talk a little bit about how we can continue the creativity. I'm going to keep this in the same key and keep my fingers crossed. I'm not going to play it long just in case YouTube decides to play me with some copyrights. So here we go. It sounded like this. Let's turn that bass up. Stop right there, just in case it picks us up. All right, and that was it. That was it. I've changed the drum loop a little bit, but just think of a funk groove. All right, and it wasn't a gospel song, and it was smacking. All right, and just that. You might think, man, that's boring. There's nothing going on. But when you lock that in with a really nice drum loop and the drummer's a little busier, you got yourself a recipe for success. So let's see what we can do. And the reason we want to do something like this is this exercise gives us a chance to be very musical. All right. So you can think of it two ways. You can, oh my gosh, it's just one note. How am I going to survive this whole gig? Just play this one note. You can think about it like that. Or you can think, how am I going to crush this gig with just a single note? What else can we do with it? Well, let's see. I've talked over the months and months about different things we can do. So let's try to add one of those things right now. All right, let's stop there. So what did I do there? I changed note length. And in changing note length, I also added an A and a B section, which I talked about great. When you start to move from beginner to intermediate, you start to think about these things or just naturally do them. So I held that first one and went back to the double. All right, seems pretty simple. Let's see what else we can keep doing with it. So technically now, I mean, you might be able to make a case that it's not really a single note anymore based on that slide, because you're kind of hearing some other notes quickly, but I'm ending there, so technically we'll just call that one. All right, let's see what else. All right, now we changed it up completely. We added an octave, and we changed the syncopation. Instead of going 1 2 1 2, we've gone 1 1 2, and we created some more space. All right. Now, what if we make that whole thing an A and a B section? So all right, it's starting to feel good when we go back to the A section. Like, all right, it gives us a little bit of rest, opens up the space a little bit. All right, so we're adding some articulation now. Let's see what else we can do. All right, so a little slide, simple slide. And now you're seeing how we've taken just one note groove. We still haven't done any other note. You know, we avoided doing something like this. The temptation, especially when you're practicing this, you want to avoid this temptation. Because ideas are going to come to you now, because now all you're doing is locking in on this groove, and you're gonna start hearing things. Avoid that. Try to say, all right, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to pay attention to that. And just try to lock on to this one thing. And maybe do this with a voice recorder nearby so that when those other ideas come to you, you can record them. Because now your brain is going to start to open up because you're just locking into this one thing. And it doesn't have to be this groove, but I'm going to give y'all some more grooves in a second. I'm going to try to give y'all some more grooves. All right? And see what happens. See what else you can do with it. All right, so March Angel wanted some different drum loops and some different lines just to see some creativity. So let me pull up a couple different tracks. I'll do like a couple ones I've thought about in advance, and then I'll just try to wing it and see what we can get out of one note. All right, so let's try that. Change the key. Let's keep this one here. I cheated that time, sorry. So it's more challenging than you think. You might be like, well, a lot of these sound the same. Well, I only got one note. Trying to spice up the variety here. All right, let's see. Let's just pick some click tracks at random here. Try to just keep it to fast ones. Hmm. So that'll be a good one. Change the key for sure. Hmm. Now these are just off the head. I'm just trying to think. All right, so I'm trying to add some different varieties like 16th notes and different things like that. And you can see me starting to like, the brain is starting to open up a little bit more. Uh, and I'm trying to get busier, but still stay in the same thing. And I'm fighting also the resistance to try some other things. Um, let's try another one. Let's try another one, and maybe we'll end it with that. What would be a good one? Let's just do a straight. I thought it would be a rock one. All right. No, I'm hearing at the notes. I want to play some other things so bad. Other things I'm hearing in my head. Definitely feels like I'm not tuned there. Just the overtones, I guess. Tuned, all right. think that's it. Um, it's a good challenge, though. You know what? Let me do one more. Let's do like a. No, that's not gonna work. All live, y'all. This is happening on the spot. Got that little. See what the bass is doing. I'm intentionally not playing what the kick drum is playing, playing off of it. That feels good. I'm starting to have too much fun with this. This is it's a really good exercise, and I might be here a couple more hours. I'm starting to feel this a little bit. I'm Soul MCA. Y'all have a good one. Try this. Try this one note challenge. See how far you go. See where it'll take you. And I'll see you next time.